teamed up and we did research on our own towns and our areas and put together a I suppose a poster presentation describing the area and all the people that had lived there. So if you want to blow it up, David, or Thirsty.
Yeah, so we'll start at the start with me.
Okay.
Here you go.
I'm sure it's hard. It's hard to see it there, isn't it? Yeah. So basically, it just outlines, you know, snippets about the area. Just it's one of the 59 civil parishes in Wicklow, and there's 15 townslands in it. I have, you know, various points of interest in terms of folklore, you know, and I'll come back to one of those in a shortly. And then if you go down further along, he took all the different, the 3 townslands and mapped for the tide allotments, the Griffith valuation, the census, all the people that were living, and on a map down on the bottom right hand side put in, you know, where all those people lived, all their houses across the 3. I did 3 townslands. So and I suppose then if you go up along, I think what else is pictures of the different, you know, I mean, points of interest. There's 2 photos there. I suppose at the bottom where you see it's actually the remains of a road that's closed off now, so you can see left and right what the old road looks like. Then we have an old one of the houses down, you know, it's not in use, but yeah, it's an old house. And then up on top there's a house that's actually where I live at the moment. So that was on more, you can see it is kind of on the middle of the hill there.
Up there.
So yeah.
Oh, no, it's
and
up there. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
And
so,
then these letters correspond to the map below, don't they?
Yeah, on the letters for the yeah. So I suppose just kind of snapshot of who lives in your or has lived in your neighborhood for the last 200 years.
Well, tell me about the gold mines.
Yeah, like in just over the road we have the gold rush in Wicklow in 1796, where they found, well, there was I think it was a teacher. For a long time he was getting gold out of the river, and then he told somebody. And then there was a rush in 1796, so thousands of people came, and I think after they pulled out about 2,666 ounces of gold, so it was worth about 10,000. And then the government came in and they brought in Kildare militia to actually, you know, look after the place. And there's a place like we passed by it on the road to Ballycoog, and that's where the barracks was. There was a barracks set up there to mine the gold mines. But there's been a lot of searching for it. It's alluvial gold, so it comes down in the river. But I think there's always a quest for the mother lode wherever it is in the hill. So yeah, and then we have I have put in gravestones for Whelans. They were, or Whalan as they call it around here. And a good few of this family died in the Spanish flu. So you'll see there, I think around 1918, there's quite a few deaths from that family. Okay, which is sad, really. So then I suppose just to pick up on a few points, like Killahurl is an old church down in the kind of centre. Like there's 3 townslands, and one of them, the name has changed. The one that I live in, it's called Moores Hill now, but it was Killahurl Middle, and it had a church and a graveyard, and there's little remains of it now. But it seems to be, it's St. David's Church, and it had a Welsh kind of connection. And just trying to look at it, it's has Norman connections, I think, and it's pre-Reformation. So so that's interesting, you know. So then also, like, this kind of was folklore that monks lived in an abbey here, and then they took the timber off Killahurl or Moores Hill and sent it to Dublin. So I started looking for that, and then I found kind of notes to say that in 1283 that Henry, a son of Henry de Penqua, he granted to Christchurch Priory the lands of Killahurl, and the church there on, and they had 120 acres, which had an important forest. And then other places are saying that a lot of that the name of the wood was Christchurch Wood, and in Killahurler, and they shipped timber out from Arklow, and it went to Woodkey in Dublin. And it was it was connected to the forests in Shillelagh, so all the oak forests. So that's really interesting. So, but when I was looking at that, I found these Henry de Penquoy. I found references that he or his son were involved in the murder of two of the McMurraghs, one Murtagh McMurragh and Art McMurragh. So they were the lords of Killahurler, and they're seemingly responsible for the murder of the McMurraghs. So yeah, it's all very interesting.
A lot happened for a little place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
well done.
Yeah.
That's a fascinating piece of history, and it's nicely put together. What's
and
going to happen?
Another point, actually, the Archbishop, a former Archbishop of Dublin, Archbishop Byrne, his home place is in Killahurler, there, just near where that church is. So he was the Archbishop of Dublin between 1872 and 1941, before Charles McQuaid. So yeah.